Today I want to take you on a ride on my Rebel 1100 as you hear her roaring in the background. And what I want to talk about is the Rebel the perfect bike? Perfect for beginners, perfect for just cruising, decent price range, easy to ride. We're just going to talk about all that as we go for a ride, and I might be asking you guys this rather than kind of telling you why the Rebel is perfect. So stick with me through this video and kind of help me. You'll know I also ride the Africa Twin, so we're going to talk about that as well, coming from a primarily ADV rider riding a cruiser in Y. Just a lot of conversation today about the Rebel, not necessarily the 1100. Also chime in about the 300 and the 500 as well. So anyways, let's just go for a ride and have a conversation on this adventure today. So first off, on this ride, I really hope my camera angle and my microphone is coming out a lot better. I bought an attachment for my helmet mount because last time you guys were like angled straight down with this showy helmet and this little clip deal I use. It's worked great on my HJCs, but not so much on the showy. So anyways, I got this other adapter that should hopefully extend it, and hopefully you guys can actually enjoy the ride with me rather than looking straight down, which is pretty stinking boring. So other thing, hopefully my audio, is last time was a little windy, so hopefully that's a little bit better. But anyways, other than my setup, let's talk about my setup that I'm riding, the Rebel. I am riding the 2022 Honda Rebel 1100 manual version over here. I did have the DCT version before, and the reason I got rid of the DCT version, just kind of getting that out of the way, is, well, you all know my Africa Twins DCT, and it is really fun shifting on a motorcycle, even in a car. If any of you watched some of my videos before, you probably heard me mention I recently bought a WRX, and it's a manual as well, and that thing is just, wow. It's been so long since I've had fun driving a car. You're just like, okay, let me get here to point A to point B, get home and be done, Now I want to be in my car, driving my car. And that's really how it is riding a motorcycle. I'm not saying I don't want to ride my Africa Twin because it's DCT. That thing's a different animal itself. I absolutely love it. I honestly shift quite a bit with my thumbs. But anyways, if you go with the Rebel, let's cover that one bit right there. It being such a low bike, it is heavy. It's a plump bike, but it's smaller. If you go with the 1100, talking about what I'm on, I would highly recommend you go with the manual. It's easy. This clutch down here is just so easy to handle. It's, I haven't stalled on it once. I understand how to work it. I know the friction zone, yada yada, all that stuff. But it's a very easy bike to handle. You can just pop it down onto the downshift here. It just pretty much does it for you. It's not a hard bike to ride. It's balanced, it's stable, it's planted, the weight is low, it's just, it does all that. Now, if you're a beginner and you're looking at the Rebel, 99% of the time you're probably looking at the 300 or the 500. Me personally, I haven't ridden a Rebel 300, but I've ridden plenty of smaller placement bikes right there, and I would tell you, stay away from it. You're going to outgrow it so fast. Say if you just want to cruise or something, just to kick around town, go to the store, go get something to eat, just cruise around, just have a good time, and you go with the 300, you're gonna, within a month, you're gonna be regretting. You'll be like, son of a gun, why did I not go with the 500? I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, yo, go with the 1100, go with the big boy. I mean, it's a blast. The power's fantastic. Same engine as in my Twin and all. But again, go at least with the 500. The 300, you're gonna regret it. They're for sale everywhere on Marketplace and stuff. So, I don't think it's gonna sell that quick. You're gonna lose money, yada, 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 so on and so forth. So let's cut that out of this ride here. Don't even mess with the 300. Go minimum 500. And that's really a sweet spot right there for riding around town. Great gas mileage, great comfort. Again, easy to handle and everything. You get manual. The 1100, by the way, is pretty darn horrible in gas mileage. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Where are we? I believe I get like 40 something. All right, I'm not going to mess with it. I can't see it coming around. I keep it on my range all the time.
I got a full tank, ridden a little bit on it, this ain't 116, but it's pretty much the exact same as like my twin, and I get roughly around 40 to 45 if I'm lucky, you know what I mean? So the 500, again, you're getting that sweet spot for just kicking around town right there. The other thing, like I stated before, is how low it is, how nimble it is. It's so confidence inspiring that I don't think it's a bike that you're going to be scared to ride. Like if you get on a sport bike and you're going to be kicked forward and, you know, your weight's going to be up there. This, I am sitting straight on it, plop right down on it, and I am just enjoying the ride. I don't really feel like I got to do anything here. Manage my gears or my speed. You don't want to, you know, pull it back and whiskey throttle or anything. But again, it's not a, even on the 1100, you know, it's very manageable. It really is. The other thing that's so great about the Rebels is the price point, right? Again, we're not even going to talk about the 300 because I don't think we should. But say if you're talking about the 500, talking 5-6 grand. Now watch out for them scummy, some of them scummy dealers out there that are going to try to cake on a bunch of ridiculous fees and get you out the door at like 7 or 8. Tell them to get lost. Everybody sells this bike. I'll find one. I don't need to pay your ridiculous fees. Make sure to tell them that too, because some of these dealers are absolute bozos, and I feel so sorry for the people that get taken advantage from them, you know what I mean? So you'll be able to, in other words, you'll be able to find a Rebel anywhere. Don't jump on the one that's right in front of you if a dealer's trying to, you know, bamboozle you. You'll be able to find a Rebel, you know? And that might be one of the things that kind of is a turnoff of the Rebel, is it's such a common bike, you know? It's not that rare. There's nothing. I think it looks cool, right? It looks great. Some might want to say, oh, it's, you know, you're just trying to be a Harley, but you're not a Harley, you know? My Africa Twin, it gets the stares, the questions, the looks. Everywhere I go, the Africa Twin draws attention. So if you like that, the Rebel's not for you. But if you're kind of a person who likes to just kind of hide in the distance and do your own thing, the Rebel might be perfectly for you. You know what I mean? Because it's not going to be that conversation piece, you know what I mean? As cool as the bike it is, it's just, you know, there's nothing that's really like, it sounds so bad that I'm saying this, right? It's nothing that's ooh or ah, you know what I mean? Maybe you should throw some mods on it. You know what? I want to show you this real quick while we're at the stop sign. Look at my legs. Hopefully you guys can see that. I got bent, I'm spread out, the bike's right in between me. Make sure no one's behind me. And it's just so stinking easy. I can walk it out of my gear, right? Bam, right there in the first. Pull it out. And I just walked it out of that stop sign. Now, you can put one foot down, come out of it, you know, which is what I usually do in a busier section. Right there, I'm just showing you that. I'm just showing you how easy the bike is. I walked it right out of that stop sign. So confidence inspiring. Now, not just that I walked it out of the stop sign. If you watched there, I walked it out of that stop sign. Again, we're on manual, working the clutch, working my throttle, and I was taking a left turn. Right? As a new rider, that is like fear central. At least it was for me, right? Working all of that stuff and turning, I'm freaking out. You know what I mean? Again, on the Rebel, it's going to push all that stuff aside. It really is. At the core, if you followed me through this video so far talking about the Rebel, it's very easy. It's very planted. I'm sitting on top of the bike. So, I almost feel like I'm riding the Twin. Kind of, just as far as my seating position, very similar, which I like. It's comfortable. It's one of the selling points of the Rebel. But all in all, again, I love the Rebel. I truly do think it could be one of the best, if not the best, beginner's bike, right along with the Royal Enfield Himalayan we talked about before. Another fantastic option. I would say the Rebel is probably even better because the maintenance, low maintenance, it's a Honda. You know, you can find parts everywhere. You got mods and stuff. So, yeah, you know what? I would honestly put the Rebel above the Himalayan as a better beginner's bike. It is just an all-around fantastic bike. Again, coming from an adventure rider.
So I am back home, and number one, I hope my audio was okay. I was actually just messing with my GoPro here, and I saw there's an option to mess with the wind, to put it on like an auto or wind reduction on. I never knew that and never used that before, so that might help us out a lot, and I promise I will use that in our next video. So hopefully we got some better coverage, and hopefully my angle was a lot better this time as well. Again, I just kind of go with it and learn as I go. But anyways, our topic of today was the Honda Rebel. Again, the 1100. So many great things about this bike. It's absolutely phenomenal, top to bottom, front to back, from the dealer floor to your garage. I sound like a dealer right now, you know. What don't I like about it? Let's say that, since we're back home and I just, you know, spent some good time on it. I'm right at the first service. I think it's like 650 miles, so I got to do the oil change, or 700 miles, something like that. The stance with my legs being bent up and everything, that can get a little annoying for me after a long session. My legs just start hurting. I'm so used to my legs being straight down, you know. I guess being straight stretched out might be another thing. I don't know. The stance for me could get a little tiresome sometimes, being so used to the Africa Twin stance. I think that's really it, that I'm so used to that. Coming to this, when I ride it occasionally, it's a little weird. But that's, again, a personal preference thing. I don't think we can take that and knock the Honda Rebel for that. That's, again, personal preference gripes right there, and something that may be just for me. I truly do love this bike, and I honestly just can't recommend it enough for a beginner, an intermediate, or an advanced rider. It's such a great machine. So thank you so much for coming along for this adventure. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. Let me know what you think right down in the comments below. What are your thoughts on the Honda Rebel, and do you think there's something else that might top the Honda Rebel as far as everything like we talked about it? I think this bike is a very good conversation piece as we're going about it right here. But anyways, thank you again for coming along for this adventure. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I was able to help you out if you were thinking about this bike maybe. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and I hope you catch you in the next adventure. Bye now.